Hello and welcome to part 3 of An Empire from Scratch, where, as the name suggests, we build a transport empire from scratch. Probably not as exciting as some other empires you could build, but still that's what we're getting. So in the last part we built this railway up to a town that was along this peninsula. So we've basically populated this kind of peninsula here with passenger traffic and a little bit of freight. I mean, to be honest, freight generally seems to be something that I prefer to do long distance, as that's when you get a lot of money from them. And like I said in the last part, what I would like to do is create a coal train. The coal train, baby! Which basically takes coal from these two coal mines up to the power station, the nearest one being here. So that's our long-term goal, but first of all we need to slowly build and obviously make our way up there. And we're going to do that in the form of the train line. Now, we ended by making a bus route here, which seems to be serving us quite well. What I would like to do is create a long distance bus route, which comes from Reddingstone through here and services these towns, these smaller towns up here. It is good to link every single town because not only does obviously it give access to this town, which isn't currently connected by anything, it does provide extra income because these stations along the route they'll have demand from somewhere as well, or they usually do. So if I check here, so these let's see, where's Flon Hills there? We've got Fonninghall. Basically, a lot of the towns will want to be serviced by cities as well, so it is good to have that extra capacity alongside your railway. So that's what we're going to do first. Now, I'm just surveying the area. What it might be, I'm just trying to work out how to do the bus route. Should I start it at Reddingstone and have it come through, follow this route and then go up the coast? The objection I'm thinking of there is the fact that this is only a small bus stop and we don't really need it to service there. It's already got a ton of buses going to it. I am tempted to have the bus go up here to Prudingbury and then across and up, and then maybe have like a second bus line that comes down here. That might be the best thing to do. Yeah, I'm going to make a decision, and that's what we are going to do. It does mean I'm going to have to work out how the bus can come up here, go to this station, and then across, because I don't really want it going right around there. Let's have a look. What we'll need to do first is make a bridge here. And I'm also going to connect up these roads. And what we'll have to do is, if I create a loop there, we'll have to get rid of that section there as well. Sorry about that jump cut, just had to go shut the door because the cat was meowing. Right, so this is what we'll do, we'll create the bridge here. Now, what we'll have to do is create a bus station in Condingville. So our bus service will come from Reddingstone through to Prudingbury along here. No, we don't want a black cab, which services 5 passengers. Whoa, chill out, mate. Through Praddingworth Falls, which isn't quite as exciting as Gravity Falls, but still, that will be our bus route. Okay. Because Bootown only has one bus route, we'll start and end it here to ease congestion. And we will use a double-decker bus. So let's put our service in. When I'm filling in timetables for longer routes, just to save time, I'll add a station twice, click on the last entry, and then add my next station, because it creates a kind of a full cycle when I get to the last one. But obviously for your last station, just input it once. So now we've basically created a here and back timetable. So autofill please, and away you go. We can let that just do its own thing in the background. Let's give the bus route a name. Let's call it the West Coast. What? The West Coast. The West Coast Rider 1. I really need to be more creative with my names, like seriously. West Coast rider. Whoops. And I will put that into its own group, so it's ready for when the timetable is completed. And in the meantime, we can look at what else we need to do. Oh man, there's a big town here. Probably should have connected that train up to here. Although from there it can't really go anywhere, can it? Well, there's two big towns here. There's one here as well. I think what the plan should be for the train is to have a junction. I'm going to highlight it with removed rails here. So basically, what we need to do next with the railways, when we have the money for it, is create a line up to there, and one section which goes off to this town, and then one section which comes off down here to this town. And the route will basically be, we'll have an express service that services this little arc up here and terminates there, and then the same one but it terminates up here. That would probably make the most sense. In fact, we could probably have enough money to get it to Meeborn. Let's have a look. Would we want a station here? In Parnford? Probably. Oh look, there's a town here as well. That just seems like such an insignificant town. I mean, wow. And I've just destroyed their entire connection to the world. Hope they don't starve or anything. Right, so we'll have to... It's going to be a bit fiddly to get this around our railway, so we'll have to put a bridge back in. They're getting the same bridge they had last time. I'm not giving them anything new. Let's carve our way through this landscape. Create the bridge. Oops. Like so. And what can we do here? Get rid of that. Get rid of all this really. And make a loop here. The town's taking a bit of a hit, but needs it. There's no other way around it. You can't really build on this side either, that's the problem. Eventually, when I have more money, because I don't really have, let's see how much it would be, £340,000 spare, I will raise the land here and create a road there. Making sure to press escape there, not to actually go through with that. But yeah, that will actually give the town some good growth. Where can we have a station here in Meeborn? Well, it looks like if we remove this section here, that would be best. What we should do, because it's only going to be a lightly used station, considering it'll basically be a branch line and you can't go anywhere after this, we will make it a one-track station. So, if I go to the buffer stops, put a buffer stop there, and let's be generous and let's give them a canopy to wait under, right next to the football stadium. Man, right, and some benches. I'm feeling very generous today. But nope, they're going to have the last bit of the platform completely blank. Can't get everything now, can we? And then we'll make it one track. Now eventually, the line is going to go sort of, whoops, this way. So, what's going to be the best way to do this? Because we need to have like a holding loop here. Otherwise, if we didn't have a holding loop here, trains would be waiting to go into it on this main line and it'd cause a lot of congestion. What's going to be the best way to do this? Let's slowly ease them into the main line, like so. There you go. Now we'll need a signal there, and a signal here, and a signal there. So you've got, yeah, one train can wait. In fact, should we double that? If we put a signal there, 1, 2, 3, and it's a 3-platform station, so there couldn't be a train bigger than that. There'll definitely be one there, 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah. So that can store two trains. Let's put one there as well, just in case. And we'll need one signal here. Oh, that's going to be a station, isn't it? That is no problem. That can be a station. This is accounted for. But it's going to be a single side one. Let's just put down where the platforms will be. Keeping an eye on this. This is nearly back as well. This bus route. Let's give them a footbridge so they can actually get to the other platform, which is very helpful. Not that it really matters in OpenTTD, it's purely cosmetic. I'm just a bit of a perfectionist. I mean, why not? Obviously, you want the things you build to look nice, don't you? Here we are. So this bus route is complete. So I'm quickly going to finish this one off. So let's make it stop for 3 days in every single town. Again, obviously OpenTTD, not the most realistic thing there. Can you imagine your bus waiting for 3 days at your bus stop before you depart? Now, I've noticed that quite a few of these stops actually required the bus to wait more than 3 days. So I'm going to... Which bus stop was it? Praddingworth Falls is only serviced by this bus, so I'm going to make it wait for 7 days when it passes through Praddingworth Falls. That way, as it will probably inevitably become late, it can use that bus stop to catch up to its own timetable. A lot of real life buses actually use the same policy, so it'll have a quiet bus stop where the bus is required to wait about 5 minutes just to catch up for sections of the road which have traffic. And I'm going to quickly clone a vehicle, go. And we will set them off as soon as it reaches this junction. So I'm going to clone a few buses, fast forward. You'll notice how the fast forward is ever so slightly becoming slower and slower. It's quite disconcerting because when we have lots of big, long bus and train routes and we're going to have to sit through them at 1x speed, it is going to be quite a laborious process. I really need something to do in these patches where I'm not actually doing anything on the screen. I feel bad for you just kind of sitting there watching. Hope your day's going okay. Hope, you know, YouTube's loading fine for you. Hope you've not had any buffering. Really not good with small talk, I'm so sorry. Let's just click on this. Whoa, 226 passengers. 105 are wanting to go to Bronway. Let's investigate where this is, because I forgot all the names of the towns. That's just the thing, the towns are such stupid names, I don't even care to remember them. Usually I just kind of remember where the big sort of hubs are, because I have to use them so much. Where is Bronway? Bronway. Right over there is the furthest station possible from that train station. Good luck anyone who's going to Bronway. And we'll end them there. So that's that bus route complete. I'm really making sure that I complete everything I do, because what happens is when I create these big maps, I'll do things like there, I'll say, oh yeah, let's start that bus route, let's timetable it, I'll let it do its own thing, and then I'll completely forget about it. And then you'll have these towns which grow to like 1,000 population, and they're really, really annoyed because it's just, they're like, oh well, we only have one bus, which takes us to pretty much like 5 different cities. Right, so I'm going to make sure not to do that. And what we'll do is, I don't know what we'll do, because we have the express trains here, which is fine. All we do have to do is make the express trains actually go to Meeborn instead. That's no problem. So what to do with the local train? Do we do the same with the local train? I would say yes. So let us do that. And they're bunched up. Hang on, is one of these really late? 45 days late. Okay, maybe it's time we reevaluate our timetables. What it might be a good idea to do is keep the local service just going to Bootown, and the express is going to Meeborn. Oh no, because you've got Panford as well. Right, let's think about this logically. One option could be to build a local service down here and have all the local services terminating Nunnington. Yeah, we probably have the money to do that. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll have the... Or even have the local service terminate in Meeborn. That would make a lot more sense, wouldn't it? And then the expresses go on. Okay, yeah, that is what we're going to do. So let's complete this section of the line. Now, do we have a station at Labora? It's only 500 population. It doesn't seem like it's going to offer much. There is a big building getting built there. Is there any way we could incorporate it? It would Probably, actually. It would involve a lot of sharp turns, though. So if we had like a bridge here, and then the train kind of came around to there, that might work. Yeah, let's give them a station. So I'm just going to complete the roads around here. Build a bridge and another bridge. Level that. I was going to say mountain, but it's not a mountain, is it? Let's create the railway down here. And then it will continue through. And where can we have the station in Nunnington? What we'll also do actually is create the path up to the coal power plant. Might as well do that while we're here. That'll be 5 station. That'll be 5 tiles long, sorry. Well, it's going to need to come through the city anyway to get to the power station. I'm just trying to think of the best way to do it. It looks like it would be this area here. Yeah, let's do this area. Just cautious, it's going to demolish quite a bit. Oh no, I need to level. Oh, I don't like doing this because it just saps all my money. If this was real life, I'd just pay a couple of school kids a £5 each and just say, look, do you want to fill in some ocean? Do you just want to go, here's a shovel, go in people's gardens, just dig them up, and just dump all the soil in the ocean for us, please. Kids will do anything for a £5. Right. Let's create it here. I'm very aware that that road obviously isn't intersecting, so let's create a level crossing. Let's create a bridge. I don't really like using the arc bridge on a diagonal straight because, well, the railways look to go straight through the supports, but well, it's the most in keeping. And then we'll have to level this bit. Oh no. How much is this going to cost? 107,000! No! Oh, hang on. This is going to be a terminus station anyway, isn't it? What we could do is this. So, that's going to be 3 long. So that'll be the signal. So we can create it as a 2-way station. And then create a bridge here instead. Yeah, so that'll cost next to nothing. And connect that. Let's go this way just to avoid costly builds through farmlands. It's only coal traffic, I don't really care. Like, we'll edit that later on, but for now, when I'm trying to save money, that's going to be the best option. Let's create a freight station. I can't remember what I used for the freight station. That's just going to be dumping off coal, isn't it? So, I'm sure there's a coal station somewhere that builds itself. Is it these? ISR stations. Yeah, these are them. Mineral silo, grain silo. There's an unloading station, I'm sure. Freight station, heavy freight, oil, mineral unloader. That's the one. So let's make that 5 long. Oh my god, there's a new bus. I'm so excited. I lied. Right. There we go. So that's the coal station. Whoa. Whoa. That's the angle I want. Let's create the station in Nunnington. And let's have a look. Let's give them display boards instead. And shelters at the end. So if they come down, they've got to run right to the other end of the station to actually get into shelter. And let's signal this route. So, oops. Making sure not to make the same mistakes we did in part 1 of this series. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to be really important that I actually space these right now as well, because otherwise that coal train is going to get into a lot of bother. Let's create an island platform here. Not done one of those for a while. 2 seconds. Let's create the station there. Ooh, they're quite handy actually. I'll say yes, even though I'm not going to use them for a while. Right, so let's have the timetables there, and that can just be empty ends. There's no kind of backwards facing ramp I can put onto this bridge, which is a bit disappointing. Ah well. Let's create this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, yeah. So that would work correctly. Let's have a look. So, oh, we need to do this bit here as well, don't we? So let's create there. Can't do that signal yet because, well, I can do that. Because that one needs to go to the depot. What I'm also going to do, just to make my life a lot easier, is here. I don't really like how they look, but I'm going to create a loop back just so that all the vehicles can actually go to the station, the depot, sorry. Don't have to wait for them to get back to the station. Let's create our signal there. Get rid of this junction. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's fine. Right, so that is going to be our rail network. We're going to create a coal train, which services here. We'll also create a coal station down here, and a lorry route which will connect them both up. What we'll do then is we'll create an express line, which will go to Nunnington, and a regional line to Meeborn. This is a little bit of a shorter part than most of them, but I'll leave it there for now. Hopefully, we'll catch up with you in part 4. And I shall save this now, just to make sure that I won't do anything off camera, so you'll see what I'm doing. Thanks a lot.